don't see the church heavily involved in the work of Christ. Why? Because the church is battling a serious identity crisis. We see the same thing happening right now in the world. Never in my whole life of 40-something years being in this earth have I ever seen a generation battling with such crippling identity crisis. Right now, as I'm talking to you, all across social media, we see people having cultural wars around words like, what is a male? And what is a female? And what are your pronouns? And what is a Christian? We're arguing about whether or not a man can give birth to a baby. What kind of nonsense is this? We see people all around society that's confused about their identity, arguing about what are they, who are they. All in our society, people wrestling with the identity. We see people calling themselves Christians and they have no semblance of Christianity in their life. We see athletes calling themselves Christians and rappers calling themselves Christians and influencers calling themselves Christians, but they don't look nothing like the Christ they claim they serve. That's why God gave you a higher title than just Christian. It's why Jesus called you disciples. Because they carry crosses. Because they sacrifice. Because they're trying to be like the one who saved them. It's easy to take the title Christian. It's another thing to take the title disciple. And right now as I'm talking to you, man, not only is there identity crisis in society, but even more tragic, there is an identity crisis in the church. That's why instead of spreading the gospel and being about this business of our Father, instead what we're spreading, we're busy about apathy. We're spreading the gospel of nonsense. We're spreading the gospel of antics. We are doing foolishness in our church. The church is losing influence right now because we are not about our Father's business. And this is very important, watch, because functionality follows identity. However you see yourself in the mirror is how you're going to perform in life. Your activities follow how you see yourself. And so when a person knows the identity, you see that in the way that they conduct themselves in life. It's like the one you call Lord. Jesus said, watch, Jesus said, I am the bread of life, identity. So he fed multitudes food, functionality. Jesus said, I am the good shepherd, identity. So he leads people into the kingdom, functionality. Come on, man. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. So he raised people from the dead. Right? Because Christ knew his identity, we see his lifestyle following his identity. Because functionality follows identity. Now look at me carefully. In the world, outside of the kingdom, you can choose whatever identity you want and you can behave any way you want. But if you call yourself a follower of Christ, inside the kingdom, your identity has already been chosen for you. Come on. And the only question you need to answer today is, will you accept that identity? And would your life look any different after you understand who God has truly called you to be?